Howdy, I'm Ben is the man, and this is a quick couple tips to help you with a flip front end on any kind of gasser car that you want to make. This is a 50 model Ford, if anybody wants to know, and a bunch of this stuff isn't required, but it really does help if you do have, extra stuff laying around. What you're going to need is a couple feet of pipe and a couple feet of tube, a welder and a grinder, and it's not much to ask for, so let's just go ahead and get this looked at. If you look at the front end, we've already got it stood up, but normally it would be right about here. The panels would be, and you want to have two people for this, just because when you do get it on, you do get it, flipped around and stuff, that you'll drag the panels all over the door if you're not careful, and that is terrible if you have a fully painted car and you're so excited to get that front end flipped, and it just, scratches the door all to pieces. So that would be a total bummer. So go ahead and grab a friend or somebody to help you out here. The parts that you're looking at right now, these two little metal rods welded onto the frame, aren't necessary, but they really help to stabilize the frame when you're doing any kind of work on it. Now, to the actual flip, that piece of pipe, it's welded onto the frame, and inside it is another piece of pipe that is welded onto that piece of pipe, which is so confusing, but, just try to follow. It's welded onto that piece of pipe, and that goes to a support strut that holds the panels together and makes sure they don't shake all over the place so you don't scratch up the door. But what you want to do is put a grease fitting inside the larger of the two pipes, and then slide the other in, and then weld that to the actual rod that's going onto the panels, because you don't want anything to get caught or rusted over or anything. And you might have to do a little cutting depending on what you're using, and we did. So we had to cut out a couple little notches right here to let this piece of square tubing in. And it wasn't too much to ask, but you definitely want to look at that before you start welding things on, because the last thing you want to do is have to, grind out something you already welded on, or have to work around and just make things more difficult. But it's pretty simple, pipe in a pipe, weld that to the frame. Nothing too extraordinary. But like I said, you don't need this welded to the frame, and we're definitely going to tear those off because they're just going to get in the way. But it really helps, and definitely grab a friend, and that should be all you need. So good luck with your projects, guys.